Hello everyone and welcome to Shellarty. Today I'll be doing my completed pages of 2020 so far. I haven't done loads and loads because as many of you know who follow me, I do take a while to colour because I just like to not drag it out but kind of just take my time with it and make it beautiful. So these are all different medias, so I will explain each one basically and let you know what I've used. I do have my trusty little book with me, so where I have coloured things I will tell you what I've used. So let's get showing everyone what I've done. So I am subscribed to the Colouring Heaven magazines. I'm not affiliated with them whatsoever. I just enjoy getting the books and it saves me going to the shops and picking them up. I don't like every edition I get, but when I do like an edition and I'm like, ooh, gotta go and colour in it now. So the one I was interested in colouring in this one, there's many I'd love to colour in this one. It's a very heavy grayscale. But I decided to do the blind Erisette. She is a naked image, but I just extended her a little bit in this one. On here I used a mix of highlighters and the Black Widow's pencils. I decided I didn't want to do a background on this one because I loved how it just popped. The egg that was the heart-shaped egg, I wanted it to look like it was coming out of the ground, so I thought keeping the background as it was the better option. And this skin tone I actually did in step-by-step colours on my Shellarty and Colouring Friends Facebook group, so do head there if you want to see how the step-by-step in pictures that I did for this image. And I really enjoyed that. And just on these arrows, they don't look coloured but they are, I don't know if you can see them, it's like a metallic pen I've used. So that is my first image I did of the year, and that's in the Gothic Alchemy Special. Then my next one is another Colouring Heaven, and when I got this edition I was like, dragons. And I was thinking, I don't really do dragons very often, but when I looked through this book I was like, oh, there's some amazing pictures in here, and I absolutely loved it. And the character that goes on in this book, I absolutely love it, and it doesn't fail. It's really good. And this is the colouring page that I decided to do, which is the Chinese Lung Dragon, and I just loved him. I just thought, wow, I'm going to do a limited palette, and I did this with Prismacolors. I'm sure it was Prismacolors actually, or did I use the new 120 Arteza? I think it was actually the new 120 Arteza I actually did with this, to be honest. But I wanted to keep it a limited palette, so I just used a combination of blues and turquoises and then a combination of yellows, and I just went in between and blended where I wanted to. And I also did, as you can see, the eyes here. I'll just bring that up to the camera. I've done a tutorial on these dragon eyes on my channel. It is only a very quick video of them, but people ask me, well, why did you do them eyes? So I just wanted to put a video on of that, and I'm not too sure if the lights will pick up the glitter, and I've just put glitter all over him. And the glitter I used on him was these beauties I got at the beginning or earlier on before lockdown, was the Glitz It. So he's got a bit of gold on, and then in the blue he's got a bit of the silver on the blue parts, and on the gold he's got the gold one. So they're a good little buy. So yeah, that was my dragon. I absolutely love doing him, and I just thought he's so effective. No background needed. He is just stunning as he is. So that was my next colouring of the year. So that's Dragon Special. And then sometimes I just like to go back to my very old books that I've had for quite a long time. And this one, some days I just like to colour, just not recording, not planning, just completely colouring. And I coloured this one. Now I did this with the Prismacolors, and he turned out absolutely wonderful. And I just thought, you know what, Michelle, stop beating around the bush and get this fur done, because I just avoid it like the plague. And I just thought, I need to start doing fur. So this was my first attempt at fur, and I thought, wow, that come out pretty good. And I loved how I was able to get like the different directions going, and I made the tail all bushy. It was very similar to the image here on the right, on my right hand side, where it's quite plain, and I just filled it out with the extra bushy tail, and I thought it was absolutely amazing, and I absolutely loved it. And then I just went wild with the bolder colours on the body of him, and then I just had to go at some gems here. They were my first attempt at gems. They aren't the best by any means whatsoever, but if you come down and have a look, they're alright. They're quite effective for the job, but they're not 100% the best. I could probably try and do better. So that was the first image, and then we got on to July, and I did a hashtag July Summer Bugs, and this image I coloured quite a while ago, well, a long time ago really, well over 2, maybe 3 years ago. I actually coloured this, but he fronted my hashtag on Instagram. So this was the book it came out of, which was Enchanted Forest. On this one, way back when, these were the W.H. Smith's pencils. So these very old babies, what I still keep to this day, were these pencils. And anyone in the UK can get hold of these W.H. Smith's pencils, but they blend. I mean, look at that. That is these. And honestly, they won't let you down. These are the artists. W.H. Smith's, the Spectrum Sings, it says on these, but they're just the W.H. Smith artist pencil, the cheapest chips. So if you're in the UK, you can get a set of them from your local W.H. Smith's, or you can buy them online. But that's what I did, and it's just over the top of it. You can see that shimmer. I just used a silver metallic gel pen over the top of that, and I added the shadow myself. But I just wanted to show him. He is very old, and I've done him a long time ago, so that shows just how good these pencils are, because there's been no fade whatsoever. But I just wanted to bring him out because he faced my hashtag, so I thought I'd share him all with you. So that is my 2 images from Joanna Basford's Enchanted Forest. If I've lost the front cover to that, it's that old, that book now. Next one was the actual image I coloured for my July Summer Bugs, and that was this bug here. As many of you did follow the hashtag. So yeah, this was the bug I coloured for the July Summer Bugs hashtag. On this one, it was a new technique that I used, where I used markers to give the bold colour of the bug, and then I used pencil over the top to give it the dimension, and I think it came out absolutely amazing. And to be fair, pencil does go over marker really, really well. So if I come up to the picture with you, You see, I can see all the pencil strokes as well. And on here, I use these little beauties. The KJ Designs by Karen. The little paints. And I just swatched all these out on here. Using all the different colours. And the lovely Karen who makes these paints, she hand makes each and every one to order. And they're absolutely amazing, amazing handmade watercolours. So much pigment, so much glitter. They're just absolutely stunning. So this one was the one that I coloured for the hashtag that month. And that is in the Ruby Charms colours, Insect Imaginary. And on this one I used Artesas and highlighters, and they were the Faber-Castell highlighters. Next up we've got Intricate Ink Animals in Detail Volume 4, colouring book by Tim Jeffs. And in here I had this book absolutely ages and ages and ages, and I've never coloured in it, and I've seen a few people colouring in them, and I thought, do you know what, I've got one of them books, I'm going to have a go. And I started to colour this. I was looking at it going, what on earth is that? But the good thing about Tim's books, on this page here, it tells you exactly what is drawn. So obviously I coloured page 2, and it's an axolotl, whatever they are, I have no idea, but they're so cute, and I coloured this little chappy. And what I love about Tim Jeff's book, you don't have to put a lot of work in, and I know that sounds a bit rude to say not putting a lot of work in, because you are putting work in and you are doing it, but if you just look at this amazing grayscale, I could just put one layer of colour over that and that texture would be there, you would be able to see it. So they're really, really good books to work with if you're quite shy with creating depth and light yourself. So these books are quite a good asset to have if you want to experiment with your colouring a bit more and get a bit bolder and braver. There is bits I added into this and different shadings just to give it a bit more texture. So I didn't want to just rely on the grayscale, I added a bit more myself. And this wonderful beauty came about, and I do like to work from reference. So most people that do follow me know that I colour from reference. So I will go and Google the animal or tree or whatever it is, and I will have a look and I will try and colour it the best I can from real life. And he came out absolutely wonderful. I absolutely love it. So there's quite a few others that I'd like to colour in here, but look at his pictures. The detail, the finest small detail that you get in these, and you could just sit here and just put one layer of colour over it and it would look absolutely amazing. So these books are definitely a one to get, and I think is on volume 5 now. Tim Jeffs on that one. My next one, and anyone that follows me know I am obsessed with Kirby's books. Now, I used to look at Kirby's books and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I cannot colour that book. I can't. It's too busy. And you open the pages up and you're like, whoa, oh my God, look at all that. And how the heck do I tackle that? And I, for a lot of times, just went, yep. I had Animorphia for quite a bit, and I just kept shutting the book, and I'm like, I can't colour this book, I cannot colour this book. So I decided to do a colour along with Karen from My Colourful Country Life. She colours the whole way through Kirby's books as part of an event that she does. So I approached Karen and I asked, well, would you do a colour buddy with me, a buddy colour should I say, with me, because your work is absolutely amazing and you do Kirby's books. Throw me in the deep end, come on, let's go, let's do it. And we did the octopus. Now the octopus was one of my favourite images, and a lot of you who came to my channel will recognise this instantly. I had it as my icon on Instagram. I had it as my icon on YouTube, Facebook. It was everywhere. And I absolutely loved this image. I did this with Prismacolors. I did a wash of the octopus with a yellow Neo colour. It was the Neo Colour 2s. I gave him a whole wash everywhere with that to give me a good base layer to stick to on the page, and it worked out absolutely amazing. So like I said, I used Prismacolors on here, and let me just see, there's quite a lot of combinations going on here. So as you can see, the octopus, we've used sand, sunburst yellow, yellow orange, pale vermilion, poppy red, crimson lake. And if you want to know what the sea was, that was Copenhagen blue, peacock blue, aquamarine and light aqua. And then the huts that I did here, as you can see on the page, they were Tuscan red, terracotta and goldenrod. And then beige, light umber and dark umber. I think that's everything for that one. Yes. And we used Prismacolors. And I absolutely loved doing this page. And then I just created the bubbles with the Posca pens. But it came out absolutely amazing. And if you think this is amazing, you want to see Karen's as well, so check out Karen's octopus on My Colourful Country Life. I will tag her in the description. But that was one of my favouriteest buddy colours I've done for a long time. I absolutely enjoyed it, and I kind of delved me into the world of double pages in Kirby's books, because he does have a lot of scary double page spreads. But this was just phenomenal and I absolutely loved it, which then moved me on to my next picture, which was the whales I did. It is a double page spread, but I did only do the one side. As you can see, the bubbles, I've added them in myself. I am going to do a tutorial on bubbles on my channel, so do look out for that. But I did this with the Arteza pencils, and I did this live on my channel. So if you want to see the octopus or this, these are all live on my channel. You can go back and look at the videos that I did of them. And I just used a load of mad combinations. And again, this was another one. It took quite a while to do, but I absolutely loved it. And this was one of my first colourings that I did, where I went live on Facebook. Not Facebook, sorry, YouTube. Where I went live on YouTube. I was so terrified, but I had quite a lovely following at that point, who kept me going and supported me through colouring this one. So I thank everyone at that time that went through the whales picture with me. So this was my next image. So I'll just take these off. And then that led me to another buddy colour with the lovely Kirsty Colour and Sketch. And we did together, let me find it because my little tag's gone, was the sloth. Now I did the sloth with Prismacolors, and I fought with this about doing a background. But after I looked at it, I thought to myself, does it really need a background? Do all pictures need to have backgrounds? And I think, again, this picture spoke for itself. It was a really, really detailed. The bark was probably one of my pride and joys of it. Then the fur of the sloth. I loved every little bit of this. I did mine. I didn't do mine as a video. I just literally sat and I coloured it. But you can see both mine and Kirsty's on my Instagram, which will be in the description below. And also Kirsty Colour and Sketch has her copy on her channel. On her Instagram. So do check both their buddy colours out. But this was another lovely example of Kirby's work. And the more I do Kirby's work, the more I fell in love with the artist and his work and what he's portraying in his pictures. And I was able to start following his ink work. His penmanship is amazing, and it makes it a lot easier to understand his work the more you study it. So then that led me on to me just check. I don't think I did anything this way. I've done so many. I'm like, what have I done? What have I not done? But this led me on to my next buddy colour with the lovely Colouring with Care. And I've done this most recently on my YouTube channel. So do check it out if you want to know any aspect. I have covered every area of this buddy colour on my channel. This took 7 parts. It was a long process, but sometimes a long process paid off, because this was amazing. I loved it. This image, I used Arteza pencils. I didn't put a wash down. I went straight on with Arteza. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't easy, because I didn't put a base layer down. I felt that the pencils didn't stick to the page very well. So obviously, as I've been colouring other areas, it has washed off in places, or rubbed off, should I say. So I have had to go over this a couple of times to bring the colour back. So I do advise, when you're doing Kirby's books, to do put some kind of wash or Gamsol or anything that would grip your colours to the page and help it stick there, because that, it is really a must when it comes to Kirby's books, in my opinion. I've not come across one, but I will show you in a second, one that I did manage to do, and I didn't put a wash on that one, and that was good. But as you can see, this is an array of complementary colours that match each other, that I wanted to showcase on a page, knowing that you can just use a whole bunch of complementary colours and it works. And it came out absolutely stunning. And I think, again, this is one of my best works that I've done, and I absolutely love it. And that brings me to my next picture, which I've done very recently indeed. And I did this with my Black Widow Monarch pencils. I haven't put a tag on, so I've got to find it. Just bear with me a second. I could never find the page when I was actually doing the colouring. I was like, where have you gone? I've just seen it, so it's definitely in this book. There we go. Here's my Sphinx cat. I did this. I was so excited when the new Monarch pencil come, the new 48 set, and I was like, oh, I have to do this colour along on my channel. So again, it's a live stream. You can catch the playbacks of the live stream on my channel. There is, I think, 2 or 3 parts to this one, but this is one of my most recent colourings. On here, like I said, I've used the Monarch set. The ones I used, if you want to know any of the combos I used on here. And if anyone wants to know any colours you've seen on my pictures today, drop a comment in the comment section below, ask me, and I will let you know what they are, because I've got them all wrote down. But the Sphinx cat, so yeah, I've got all the Sphinx cat wrote down. So if there's anything on here that you want to know what I used, I can let you know. Also on here, the background is done with Faber-Castell pastels, and I just used a makeup blender, beauty blender should I say, to actually do the background with this cat. And then if you can see, I'm not too sure if you can see the gold on there, that again is the KJ designed by Karen, handmade watercolour paints, her metallic bronze, that one is. So again, that came out absolutely amazing. And then I seen some Sphinx cats had blue eyes and some had green. So as usual with shellarty standard, I like to be different. So as you can see, I did a mix of the two because I love to be different. But again, I didn't put a wash down on here, and the Black Widows stuck to this page really well. The Monarch, should I say, made by Black Widow, but they didn't rub off. As I was colouring everywhere else, it didn't come off, so I was really made up with that. So the Black Widows and Kirby's books are really good, so I do suggest you can use them without a wash. And I think that concludes all my pictures from the World Within Worlds book by Kirby Rouzans. don't forget, in October he's bringing out Wondermorphia, which is a mix of Geomorphia and Imagimorphia. And then Fragile Worlds is coming out in February next year. So don't forget to get your pre-orders in for them books. Next up is my lovely PDF from Colour and Chicks by Dara. She is an absolutely stunning and phenomenal artist. I love her work, and I saw this picture when I did my July Summer Bugs hashtag and thought, oh, I've got to have it. Again, I did the butterflies from reference. This one was more fantasy butterfly. It was took from 2 or 3 different butterflies, and I kind of melded them into one. But I wanted to get this like whirlpool swirly image with the water, and I think that came out really, really good. Again, this was, let me double check before I tell you and I get it wrong. I did this with Arteza pencils. No, I did not. Ignore that. I did it with the Black Widow set. The Black Widow, and I've got all the combinations wrote down. So once again, if you want to know anything that I've used, the skin tones, the water, just give me a comment below and I will let you know which ones I've used for that section that you want to know about. So again, I had so much fun with this, and it is on my channel and under the live videos section, so do check it out. It was so fun to do, and I did this as part of my live stream for the hashtag July Summer Bugs. So once again, you can see this on my channel. And my next one, I got this at a steal on YouTube, not YouTube, oh my gosh, my brain is not working tonight, but I'm going to leave these bloopers in because this is how I roll. I got this from Amazon at something like £4. It was so cheap, and I thought, I've got to have it. I've seen loads of people talk about Camilla d'Errico and Pop Manga books and how good they are, and I'd just seen a flip through and I thought, I really could do with that book. And then I seen when it was on offer and I was just like, I'm having it. I'm having it. So that's when I did my water dragon, and this I absolutely adored. I've used on this the water dragon. Let me tell you what I used on the water dragon. So this again was the Arteza set, and I only used a very limited selection. So the background is Neo colour, and I used 3 Neo colours, which was yellow, green, ultramarine and turquoise blue. Then the eyes and the skin, so the eyes and the skin of the dragon was Aegean blue, ocean blue and turquoise and lemon. And then the skin and the hair was honey, cinnamon, sienna brown, espresso, cocoa and noir. And on the skin I morphed it, so I wanted it to be all one creation. So she is the water dragon together with her little pet, but they're joined together. So I wanted to tie in his colours in her skin and her eyes, and then in his I've done her colour and then her colour in his eyes, and that allowed me to do a limited palette. Loads of people have said to me, there's no way you've only used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, altogether 13 colours to make that. And the hair, oh, the hair took me a long time to do. I think it took me nearly 2 days to do the whole of the hair. But this is the fun. I told everybody I'm slow. But I do love the results. Even though I am slow, I love the results what come out. So here is my lovely water dragon. And don't forget to check out Camilla d'Errico's new book, Cute and Creepy. I do have that. I will be doing a review on it on my channel at some point. I just haven't had time yet because I've had so much to do lately. And I'm not complaining, I'm loving it. My next one is another PDF, and this is my Roller Boudex Hooligans Mane. And I saw this and I just thought, oh my gosh. this is beauty in one place. And I've never done horse skin. I stay away from animal fur where I can. And I just thought, I can't not colour it. And I got it and I winged this. I didn't plan anything out. I didn't plan what colours to use. All I'd got an idea on was the horse. I had Google images of the horse and I thought, right, I know what I'm doing. And it's kind of like a mix between a chestnut horse and a Palmallow horse, if I said that right. It's kind of a mix of the two, the hair and the lighter colours from the Palmallow, I think that was correct. And then I wanted to put some dark tones in, which picked up the chestnut. But then I wanted the hair of the lady to be the same as the mane on the horse. And then I had a bit of a brainstorm to try and do the skin the correct way by using the red undertones. And for my first attempt at it, I think I did pretty okay on it. I was then going to give the image away, but I fell in love so much with the image that I couldn't, and I'm going to be framing this and putting it up on my wall. But I used for the first time the Arteza grey tone paper. Definitely worth the buy. It's not the thickest of papers. It is a little bit thin, but it's not too thin. But definitely amazing for coloured pencils. Now, I used the Caran d'Ache Pablo pencils. So if you want to know any combinations that I used on this picture, drop me a comment below. But this, oh, it was an amazing PDF. And the more I coloured it, the more real it was looking. And I was just like, I was in awe of my own colouring. And I don't usually get like that. I normally get very, what can I say? I'm very constructive. I give myself constructive criticism about my own work, and I'm pretty hard on myself. So this one I actually do think, wow, you know, it's amazing. But that was also another recent picture, and I absolutely love that one. And then last but not least, for this part, I will be doing more with the ones that I've already done since. But we're doing a Fairies in Fall colour-a-thon, and this was my colouring that I did for the hashtag. I've also done a live stream. I'll show you the width to that in a minute. But this is my completed image for the actual hashtag. And on here I used the Derwent Pro Colour, and then pencils are an absolute dream to use. Dream. I love them. The skin tone was so easy to do with them pencils. And if anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about, these are the Derwent Pro Colour, and they are stunning. Very thick, very similar to the Derwent Light Fast pencils, I think, are not far from, because I think these are the next, the Pro Colour, and then it's Light Fast, and they were an absolute dream to use. And let me check if I wrote that down, if I did or not. I'm not too sure. I may have done. So I've got combos for the Hooligans mane if you need that. No, I haven't wrote it down, but it won't be hard to work out what I used. I'll just go off the pencils that I've sharpened in there. And then on there I added the Mod Podge sparkle glue. I don't know if you can pick up on the glitter on there. And then I put some Nuvu amethyst squares, embellishments in her, and then this is just cosmic gold leaf gilding flakes that I put around her head. And I absolutely loved it. I thought she's cute as a button, and I had to show her on this one. Now, don't generally show a whip, but if anyone is following me, whoops, as part of the Fairies in Fall Colourathon, this is my whip image, and if you want to follow me on this one, there's going to be many more parts to come yet, so please come and follow me on this colouring that is on my channel now, and part 3 will be on Sunday coming. So that's all my completed colouring pages so far for 2020. I have got some others, but they're not quite finished. So I do have colouring combos for the whales, the octopus, the Harry Potter's not finished, the colouring cheeks butterfly one, the Buddy Colour Stegosaurus, Marola Boudet Water Dragon, Sphinx Cat, and the Fairies in Fall Colourathon one, what I've just shown you the whip on. Any colour combos you want from them, just put a comment in the description below, and I will be able to give you any combos from the list that I've got wrote down. So these are all my coloured pages of so far in 2020. I hope you've enjoyed them. I know there's not that many, and I probably should have done way more than that, but like I said, I'm just slow, and that's what you're going to get with shellarty. Many tutorial videos will last quite a few parts. So thank you for joining me to watch my completed colouring video. I am going to be doing a review on my colouring station, so I've been tagged in that, so please check out that video when I do it, and I can't think of anything else coming up from them. And do check out most of the colourings that I've showed you today are all on my channel, so go check them out, and I do put on prompts to what colours I've used the whole way through, so if you're wanting to know what colours I've used, they are on my videos as well. So thank you very much for joining me, Shell, on Shellarty, and thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for subscribing. Please hit the like button, drop me a comment below, and also share my channel on other social media networks, and get other people you may think will like my channel to come on over and give me a watch. So thank you, and I will see you on my next video. Bye everyone.